Traders, investors, what is going on? We are back. So let's talk about some stuff and things. We got some new runners that we're watching. Let's do a quick recap and talk about, I guess it wasn't last week's video, it was 2 weeks ago now. So my bad, but we closed on the condo. Lot less stuff and things going on. So yeah, we'll be getting back into the normal schedule, probably doing a video every other day, something like that. But we're active in the Discord. If you want to know the things, join the thing. If you're not in Discord, follow me on Twitter or on the other various what have yous. Now, so let's talk about ORF. So we mentioned it in the video, and we were kind of talking about it in the Discord. Kind of tweeted this, but this was the earlier post on the 11th saying that this is worth watching, that they have drug news coming up on the 17th. So we had this little crazy anomaly halt nation pre-anticipatory run, came down, ended up grabbing this in the 10 range, sold in here, and then they got the news over in here on the 17th, and here, and then it ended up gapping down. So good play, but that's the nature of plays, right? These are not buy and holds. These are potential opportunities, and if they set up, we take them. If they don't, we move on. That's it. AMST, we mentioned this in the last video as well. So we actually did this video, or the last video, during this run up here, and I said it had that look. It looked like it was going to gap pre-market, and it did. It ran from, I think we got in here around 350 or something like that, and it ran up to 7. So quick little 100% run there. That was nice. Ended up selling off the next day, so I haven't really looked at that guy since. So that was a win. ORF was a good win. So Torchlight, you guys remember this. This was an old fan favorite. And so on the 15th, I said that Torch looked like it was ready for a breakout. So they were approaching their all-time highs. Looked like they were ready for a crazy run. Mentioned that. Mentioned that they had an open chart set up. Open charts are always great because an open chart means that everyone's in profit. We've never been up here before other than this point. So once we cross said point, everyone's green. You have no reason to sell. You're battling people taking profits and shorts, not bags trying to unload, right? So that was a nice little play. They ran from about $4 when we called them to 11. So that was a pretty sick run there. And the one I'm most proud of is ALF. Now, sadly, I didn't get a lot of this move. So we mentioned this in the DD section. We were talking about how ALF and FSRX worked out. We were swinging them. Posted this chart here. Looked like they were ready for a breakout. And they did. Broke out the next day. And the run ended up continuing. So we've mentioned it a couple times since then, but this was definitely a crazy play, and that's going to kind of bring us into why I have this list for you. A lot of these tickers we're about to go over are recent IPOs. Recent IPOs, or just IPOs in general rather, have been very hot lately. And so that's the theme, that's the trend, and we're going to exploit it until it changes. Since we're talking about ALF right now, do not touch this. They have earnings coming up, I think, on the 13th of next month. Low short volume. I think this actually squoze a lot of shorts out that were over in here. So just, be very careful with this. Wait for futures to freak out and cause a big pullback and then load it. Wait for an opportunity. Alright, so we're going to move kind of quick here. So RSLS, I like this. They recently had a merger with OBLN. I don't know if you're familiar with that bio company, but they had their merger and they shot up. Now this thing's been $14 before in January, so we got some bags to clear. Got some price targets, pretty high ones, but not really crazy about that analyst there. Really like to see big names, big banks, Citi, Bank of America, Goldman, stuff like that. Those are the kind of analyst ratings that make stuff move immediately. But definitely worth watching. Volume starting to roll in. Little study group this morning. Yep, called that reversal too. AMC reversed the next day. Broke out of that little flag there. But yeah, so this morning, RSLS, I noticed that our shorts have covered, right? So from 26 to 5%. And if you look at the chart, we have this crazy spike up. Shorts covering into after hours. Because we have no news, so that's the only thing that I could come up with to cause that move there. So definitely watch these guys. They look like they're probably going to have a little bit of pre-market action on Monday, but let them come down. This is definitely not something you need to rush into. Get it in the 6 range if you can. But I'm definitely liking them. I'm watching them. ATOS is another good one. So this is another open chart setup, but keep in mind we are way up there. So be patient with this. Make sure you're getting a good deal. But ATOS has been ripping, and I don't think it's done yet. And so they're worth watching. I mean, this little nuke right here, I think they might have had an offering, but I'm pretty sure that was, it was a sell the news event. We got the cancer news. It was actually good. They hit their different endpoints for their study. Where is it? Yep, right there. So phase 2 meets its primary endpoints and secondary endpoints, so that's good. And so it's been able to tick up from there. So this thing's on a tear. Keep an eye on it. I think it definitely has more legs. The other one I really like is NOVN. So they had an offering recently. We have came down a lot. If you can get this thing under $10, that would be good. But they have some crazy price targets. I mean, we have some decent analysts on here too. Zacks gave them a $90 price target. Yeah, so Roth raised it from 26 to 40. Someone else raised it to 28. Yeah, so right. From 20 to 28, and then Zacks gave it a 90% or a $90 price target rather. So this thing is poised for some crazy moves, and it has came down a lot. So if you got some time, you got some patience, this thing is going to pay. Now, back to what we were talking about at the beginning. IPOs are hot. So Digital Brands got some Amazon news the other day, and they had a little pop, a little bit of squeeze action. And we're getting set up right here. I mean, we cleared a lot of bags, sold off a bit. I'd wait for this thing to bounce. I got a alert right here and a trend line here. I'd like to pick this up in the 450 range. So we'll see if we can get it to come down. I'm going to be monitoring that guy. GRVI, another recent IPO that went crazy. From 4 to 937. I did not catch this. We had some people in the Discord play it. But definitely one to keep an eye on. I would let it come down. I don't think it really is going to get another leg from here, but it could. I'd like to see it pull back to this pre-market low or one of these peaks here, and get a bounce at or something like that. ACXP IPO'd the other day from 5 to almost 9. So IPOs are hot. Lots of movement there. There was another IPO that actually moved even harder than this on Friday. Not sure the ticker, but keep an eye on IPOs, man. They are hot, and we're going to exploit it. So anyways, traders, that is everything. So hit the thing, do the stuff, follow me on the stuff and things if you don't, join the Discord, and I will see you in the next one, traders.